with the shot, big with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pop.
Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Memphis Grizzlies. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
Yeah, it did stick in high-quality fashion, too. I mean, a multifaceted approach like that takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case that day.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the 1. Dunleavy for 3.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way. Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. We know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired it and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
Curry can't get it to go.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Rose attacking. It's deflected.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight. Talking about Dunleavy, boy, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board matches up since then. And that's over a decade later.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And getting back to Dunleavy's consistency here in his later years, he's one of those guys who has really ramped up the nutrition. He's hitting the weight room. I could make the case that he was a tougher, better player last year, especially on defense, than at any other time in his career.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Rose scores for only the 2nd time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Curry's shot is off.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Rose with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And finished off by Rose.
Kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
Now here's Rose. 7 points in the game. The offensive rebound. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Launches it. Rose can't get that one to fall. The Warriors trail. Outside Curry. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. Some changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. And Golden State also making a change. Spates is checked in. Chicago on defense. It's Curry outside. Gasol with the rebound.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. McDermott comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Jimmy Butler. Landon Rush, he's checked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. Now here's Brooks. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And Rush kicks to Curry. Here's the three. Curry with another miss.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and reflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No,
right,
my goodness.
Right. He probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. And finished off by Noah.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And gee, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
And the first timeout of the game called for